Hey everybody, I'm back. I am getting ready to double bag these roasted broccoli freezer meals. They're not really a full meal, they're side dishes. So I have 4 of these ready to go into the freezer in the Re-Zip silicone-based gallon bags. And there is an affiliate link in the description, so check that out. And what I'm going to do, rather than writing on my little bit pricey bags, I'm going to put all 4 of these in one of the hefty jumbo bags, and I'm going to write the instructions right here, and then as I take each bag out, I'll just know what I'm supposed to do. So here goes, and that was, let's see, roasted broccoli, 475 degrees, 10 to 12 minutes, flip, okay, and then 8 to 10 minutes, okay, on foil, which for me means foil with parchment. Because again, I don't really want to put our food right next to aluminum foil if I can help it. So I try to line all of my aluminum with parchment. So there you have it. I'm going to put all 4 of these bags in this jumbo bag and then stick the whole thing in the freezer. Hey everybody, it's Roberta with Happy on the Home Front. I'm back to show you how I'm going to get those 2 freezer dishes ready for dinner tonight. So if you'll remember, I am going to be using my roasted broccoli freezer meal and also my Mama Rose baked chicken drumsticks. So I will need 2 baking pans for dinner tonight. I have 2 here by Nordic Ware, which is a made in the USA company, which I love. I'll link those below. These are considered to be half sheet pans, so I have 2 of those. And I'm going to first line both of those with some heavy duty aluminum foil, and then on top of that I'm going to put a Reynolds Ware parchment baking sheet. I really am trying to get away from having so much aluminum in contact with the food we eat. Sometimes it's unavoidable, but when I can, I try to line things with parchment paper, and that also makes for easy cleanup. So here we go. Okay, so I'm going to pull out a big sheet of my heavy-duty aluminum foil and let it overhang my pans just a little bit because I do love easy cleanup. I'm going to spread those down. Okay. I'm trying out a new camera setting, so I hope that this will be more of a full-size screen video for you if you're watching on YouTube. So bear with me, leave me some comments. Okay, now I'm going to open up, these are called cookie baking sheets, and I found these at Walmart, of course, in the regular aluminum foil saran wrap area, but I really love these because you get 22 that are 12 by 16, and that's exactly the dimensions of my half sheet pans. So I'm just going to open that up. Place that down. Okay. All right. Now, first, I'm going to go ahead and put out my roasted broccoli freezer dish. This will be our side dish for tonight. It is frozen broccoli that I bought frozen, the florets pretty much. And then I will link the recipe down below, and it's also in the earlier part of this video. So I'm just going to take this silicone reusable freezer bag by Rezip. I did find these on Amazon. I will put a link below in the description box. I am loving these, and I'm super excited for you guys to try them too and tell me what you think. Okay, so I am just dumping this right out on my parchment lined baking sheet. Okay, now I'm going to get a spatula and scrape all of that yummy goodness out of the bag. All right, I have my roasted broccoli all spread out on the parchment and aluminum foil lined pan. I have my oven turned on to 475 degrees. You can see this does fill up a half sheet pan really well, and I would say, depending on how much you and your family or your dinner guests like broccoli, I would say this is easy 3 servings, possibly more depending on, you know, who you're serving. For children, this would probably be 6 servings. Probably 3 to 4 decent sized servings for adults, or if you had a lot of, you know, other things to go with it. We're just having the roasted chicken legs tonight and the broccoli and some toasted sourdough bread, so we're going to have larger portions of the broccoli. Now I'm going to stick this in the oven, and then I'm going to get out the Mama Rose baked drumsticks onto the pan and let you see what those look like out of the freezer bag. Okay, 475. I'm going to set that timer. All right, next, I have my other baking sheet lined with heavy duty foil and then a parchment paper. Now I'm going to open up my freezer bag that I have written all the instructions on, and these are 2 different temperatures. So what I will do is bake the chicken at a higher temperature rather than moving the broccoli to a lower temperature. If I move the broccoli to a lower temperature, yes, it would still get done, but you wouldn't get that roasted caramely sweetness of broccoli that's been roasted at a higher temperature. So, and you really do want that. That's the good part. Okay, so here is the inside look at my chicken drumsticks, covered in my seasoning blend that I developed with some inspiration that I found on Pinterest. And then I've changed the recipe in several ways to adapt it to my family and our tastes. And so this is just wonderful. When you open up the bag, that is just heavenly. We love this stuff. So these are still slightly frozen, so I am just kind of moving these around inside my Rezip silicone reusable bag. It is safe for the freezer. I do hand wash them. You can also, of course, just use it in the refrigerator, or you can just use it in your pantry or whatever. You don't have to freeze it. So we are having a good experience with these, and I'm just going to dump all these out onto my lined baking sheet. And you can see that I do have some of the flour coating that is sticking to my bag. But I am going to just move these around. They are staying separate, which is nice. And one thing I have done that it does say to do on my instructions that are written on the outside of my bag is you can bake these in your oven. Ada's having a little disagreement with some stuff of hers, and it sounds like the stuff is winning. So I'm going to separate these a little bit so they're not crowded. And you can see some that are not going to have as much of the seasoning mixture as others. And that works out fine for us because those are the ones that I will pull apart by hand and serve to Miss Ada. So here we go. I'm going to take this because it has been touching raw chicken, and I'm going to put that in my sink, and I will spray that with Clorox very briefly, rinse it, and then I will put it in the dishwasher, and I will get a clean one to get the chicken off of the pan for dinner. So here we go. And on 400 degrees, these are supposed to roast for 30 to 45 minutes total, and then flip them over after 15 minutes.